in the peaceful town of Kottayam, Kerala. Inside the quiet walls of St. Pius X convent, a shocking crime took place. A young nun, full of dreams and devotion, was found dead in a well. At first it seemed like a simple case of suicide, but soon it turned into one of India's longest-running murder mysteries. Her name was Sister Abhaya, and it took 28 years for justice to be served. March 27, 1992. The morning of the crime. As dawn broke over the convent, the nuns woke up for their morning prayers. The quiet halls echoed with footsteps, the scent of incense filling the air. But something was wrong. Sister Abhaya was missing. At first they assumed she had woken up early, perhaps preparing for her exams, but as they moved toward the kitchen, they found signs of something unusual. A spilled water bottle, an open fridge, a single slipper lying on the floor. Fear gripped the convent. The search began, and then someone looked into the well. Floating in the dark waters was Sister Abhaya's lifeless body. The investigation a suicide or something more? The local police arrived, took photographs, and conducted an initial investigation. The case was handed to Sub-Inspector V.V. Augustine. The body was sent for an autopsy, and the report revealed something shocking: head injuries, bruises, and cuts. Despite these clear signs of violence, the police quickly ruled the case as suicide. But why would a young nun, deeply devoted to her faith, wake up at 4 a.m., prepare for her exams, and then suddenly take her own life? The people of Kottayam weren't convinced. Activists, journalists, and concerned citizens started raising questions. Under public pressure, the Kerala government handed the case over to the crime branch. Months passed, and after another round of investigation, they too declared it a suicide. The case was about to be buried until one man's shocking revelation changed everything. 1993, the cover-up begins. 1 year after Sister Abhaya's death, a CBI officer, Varghese P. Thomas, resigned from his position. At a press conference, he made a bold claim. "I was pressured to declare this case a suicide." His words sent shockwaves through the community. Who was behind this pressure? Why would someone want the case to be silenced? The CBI reopened the investigation, but every time they got close to the truth, witnesses changed their statements, evidence disappeared, and the case stalled. 2007. 15 years after the crime, a petty thief named Raju stepped into the spotlight. On the night of March 27, 1992, he had broken into the convent to steal copper wires from the roof. But what he saw that night haunted him for years. From his hiding spot he saw Father Thomas Couture, Father Jose Puthrikiel, and Sister Sephi in the convent. Then Sister Abhaya walked into the kitchen. She saw something she wasn't supposed to. Before she could react, she was attacked. A sharp object struck her head, blood trickled down. She collapsed to the floor. To cover up the crime, they dragged her body to the well and threw her in. Raju had remained silent all these years out of fear, but now, standing in court, his voice trembled as he said, "I saw it with my own eyes." His testimony gave new direction to the case, but still there was no solid evidence, until the Narco-Analysis Tests. 2008. To verify Raju's claims, the CBI conducted narco-analysis tests on the suspects, Father Couture, Father Jose, and Sister Sephi. The tests were recorded on 3 CDs and submitted to the Kerala High Court. But something strange happened. The CDs had been tampered. Forensic experts later discovered Father Couture's tape had been edited 30 times. Father Jose's tape was altered 19 times. Sister Sephi's tape had been edited 23 times. When questioned, the authorities claimed it was a technical issue, but the Kerala High Court was not convinced. They ordered the CBI to produce the original footage within 10 days. Then, just days later, something unexpected happened. The unedited tapes were leaked to a local news channel. The truth was out. In the leaked narco-test videos, it was revealed that Sister Abhaya had witnessed an illicit relationship between Father Couture and Sister Sephi. To silence her, they murdered her in cold blood. The cover-up had failed. Justice was now within reach. 2019. The case finally reached its final stage in 2019. The courtroom was packed. Journalists, activists, and the people of Kottayam waited for the verdict. After 28 long years, the court finally found Father Thomas Couture and Sister Sephi guilty of murder. They were sentenced to life in prison and fined 5 lakh rupees each. As the verdict was read, Father Kotor remained emotionless. Sister Sephi, once powerful within the convent, silently wiped her tears. The battle had been long, but justice had prevailed. December 23, 2020, a case that shook a nation. The Sister Abhaya murder case was more than just a crime story. For years, forces tried to bury the truth, but in the end, the truth fought its way to the surface. A young nun lost her life because she witnessed something forbidden. The people who were supposed to protect faith and morality had turned into murderers. It took nearly 3 decades, but the memory of Sister Abhaya finally found justice. But one question still lingers. If not for a thief's testimony, would this case have ever been solved? What do you think? Was justice truly served? Please drop a comment, like, share and subscribe for more crime stories.